Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got my red iguana hand out and I'm so excited. I dug out my crusty dusty Polygel, which is basically running out. I've got two of the same, so I took out both. I didn't know if one tube was going to be enough. So we've got this IBCC Polygel I've had forever. In the shade pink, we've got some Urban Graffiti top coat and base coat, which is some Neo Nails products. I don't have any containers. I couldn't find anything, so I used one of those that usually holds charms. So I put my slip solution in there. I've got my application brush from Madam Glam. Literally that brush, get it, like literally anything you do, it works. Like whether you're working with gel, polygel, it just works. So grab it, it works for everything. I love that brush so much. And now I'm going in and I'm picking out my shapes and kind of seeing which size is going to fit my red iguana hand. So I'm just kind of picking it out and sizing it up. So that's felt like I wanted to show that in the video what exactly I'm doing. I will trim it in a minute, so you will continue in a second. There we go. So I've got a base coat. So for polygel nails, you want to go ahead and do a base coat on your natural nails. So obviously I am skipping quite a lot of steps here because I am working on a fake hand. But if you're working on your natural hand, of course you would use your dehydrator, your primer, you would buff and everything, and then apply a base coat. So the base coat is basically going to act almost like a sticky layer to which your polygel is going to stick to. We are going to be, I don't know if I mentioned, we're going to be using the Lazy Good Girl method today to apply our polygel. I'm so excited. I'm actually venturing to do something different, which I'm over the moon. So here I've got some circle little glitter, and I've kind of had that for a while and I've just been staring at it because I feel like it's stunning. I love the rainbow and everything in there, and it's just circles, so I just found that quite hard to use. So I thought, let me try and figure out something today. So for our first nail, which is going to be our index, I'm going in with a base coat and I'm going to use my ombre brush and I'm going to pick up those circles and I'm going to be placing as many of those circles as I can at the bottom. I really want that to be covered, and then the higher I'm getting, eventually I just kind of want to stop and almost make it look like it's fading upwards. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. The nail is very curved, so I'm having a biggest nightmare to place those circles in there. Eventually I gave up and I did one layer, popped it into the lamp, and then came back out and I did another layer. So I'll be giving up any second now. There it is. So we're going in with another layer of base coat. This layer now is going to cover it the way I wanted it to cover, which is great. And the higher you get, the more of like the smaller circles I'm using, just to kind of give that like fade effect. So this is going to be our index nail. We are going to do the exact same thing for the pinky, which was probably an even bigger nightmare or worse idea I could have had, because it's even a smaller nail and it just felt even more curved and it was just a little bit difficult. So, you know, most of the time you are probably going to be using like hex kind of glitters, and I'm sure it'll be just so much easier using those than circles. So now I'm going in with our polygel. So I'm applying it right at the top. If you have a proper polygel kind of brush with a scoop, like the little scraper, you could probably scrape it up and then apply it, but I didn't have that hand. I know I have some, like 2 or 3 even, couldn't find any of them. So I just applied the polygel straight into the nail, and this can be a little bit messy, so make sure you're using your gloves because you don't want to touch it and get any allergic reactions or anything like that. Once you've got it nicely tapped in there, the full nail was covered, you want to somehow remove that nail. There we go. I'm trying. The tacky bit was getting stuck. And then apply it onto the nail. And then you want to go ahead and cure it. So I'm going to somehow, here I was fiddling so much. I was like, how am I supposed to grab this? I'm going to place it down, push it down, apply where you want it. Make sure it's, you know, everything's stuck on properly. Pop it into the lamp, cure it in place, it will not budge, and it looks stunning. So it's probably so much more easier to do on a natural nail, just because those, you know, this is a red iguana hand, like it's not, you know, it's not realistic as such. So, you know, real nail bed might be more covered and stuff like that, and obviously with the red iguana hand it's quite flat and stuff, so obviously it looks realistic, but it's not always going to be fully realistic. So if you're going to do it on your natural hand, it's probably so much more easier to do. So once again, fiddling, getting frustrated, the little circles wouldn't leave the brush, but it's fine. Here's the second layer done. Polygel again. I'm so actually impressed with myself that I figured out where to put that slip solution. That little container worked so well, and because it was so big, I'm such a clumsy person, and about 80% of the time I knock everything over. So with it being in that container, I was actually impressed that I didn't knock it down all over, and because it's so flat and, you know, and low sitting, there's almost like no way for me to flip it over. So if you have that same issue as me, try like kind of recycle your little containers and try give it a go, like I have today. So here I'm applying it on the little pinky. That one's done. And now for the middle and the ring finger, I decided to just go ahead and just do a full pink shade polygel now. Nothing's going on underneath, so we're not doing any glitter, we're not doing anything like that. I only show you me doing, I think, like the middle finger, because the other one is literally the same. So I'm just tapping it in. It's this polygel that I'm using, like I said, is old, but it still performed so well. Like, I was really happy with it, because I was kind of worried that I've had it for a long time, so I don't know if it's gonna work like it should do, but it really did. And it's a super cheap polygel. Like, I can't tell you how long ago I got it, but it was on AliExpress a while back, and yeah, I don't even know if you can pick it up anywhere. I'm not sure. I probably won't be able to get any links really, because like I said, it's quite old. But I love that shade. So if you ever come across it, go grab that shade, because it's stunning. It's like a perfect like nudie pinky for all your Frenches, and that will be amazing. So because we've got such a colourful background, I have this sheet of like water decals with butterflies, and later on we're going to use some pink and blue crystals that are already chilling in the background. So I thought this butterfly has this nice little teal shade, and I thought it will kind of pair nicely with the rest of the colours that we're going to use. So I'm placing on my stamper, putting some water at the back, and waiting for it to come off. And boy, was I waiting forever, and nothing happened. I don't know what was going on. I do this method sometimes, and it always works. So I don't know what was going on with that sheet. I'm pretty sure I've done it with that exact butterfly before, and it worked. So I don't know what happened, but I ended up just taking it off, and it just slid off. I literally dumped it in a bucket of water, and it ended up working, so that's good. And I'm going to place it on the middle finger. Right in the center. I think it looks really nice. I really like it. I like when a butterfly kind of covers the whole nail. I really like that. So placed it there, just tapping away any excess water. And whilst it's still wet, you still have that ability to move it around. So in case you don't like where it is, then you can do that. So now it's time for our crystals, and I've got pink and blue crystals to kind of bring out that pink and blue colors that we've got in the glitter. Here I messed up and it's cutting my crystals everywhere. So you can imagine the big old sigh that I did when that happened. I literally just was talking about how I, you know, chuck stuff by accident, knock things, and that is literally an example of that. So for the pinky nail, we're going to do what I like to sometimes call like a tiara, crowny shape kind of placement right at the top of that nail. So obviously we're going to alternate with the colours. So I went in with the blue at the centre, and then pink, and then the blue again to finish it off. This ring fingernail is going to have the same vibe. Right at the top we're going to do that tiara kind of effect, but then we're also going to drag some of that rhinestone glue gel a bit lower. And I had some shaped crystals, so I had a little bit of like a diamond shape in a pink and a heart in a blue, and I was dying to use it. So since I was using some pink and blues and I had some shapes, I thought perfect time in to dig into it finally. I'm pretty sure I got these quite a while ago, possibly on AliExpress, possibly on Shein, maybe even on Temu at this point, possibly. But it's just I have no more space to actually like hold my crystals in my drawers like in a neat way, and I am moving soon, so I'm kind of waiting to move in, get all the drawers and units, and then kind of like organize everything. So there'll be so much content of vlogging and moving in. Like, you guys are gonna have so much to watch soon, hopefully. It's supposed to be in October. I'll keep you guys posted. We'll see how it goes, but as soon as I move in, trust me guys, there'll be so much content. So here we are. That nail is already done, and for this index nail we're going to do the exact same thing as we did on the little pinky nail. So we're going in with a blue in the center, then two slightly smaller ones of pink shades next to it, and then finishing it off with a tiny little blue one on both sides as well. Pop it into the lamp. If you want it to be extra, you can pop some caviar beads in between. Today I decided not to. I've been using caviar beads like non-stop, and I just needed a bit of a refresher, a bit of like something different, so I didn't pop any caviar beads. So here are the final results. I also filed down like the end of the nail to make it a bit more crisp. I love how they came out. They're so cute and they were so easy to do and I just love them. I'd rock them for sure. So if you guys liked the video, if you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.